part 2 of our podcast with Wes. Quick recap, last time it ended off with Wes talking about how he likes human trafficking. We'll see where that goes.
No. But like the things like
no, the crazy like, oh, this sounds insane, like there's no way it's real.
Like I could go down a rabbit hole of not human trafficking, Inside Edition, of like the 2-minute clips of like, one kid somewhere did this one stupid thing, and it's like a bunch of like 8-year-old people who are like, parents beware,
exactly.
Your teen is doing some like super out there thing, like it's happening all over the place, and it's like one documented report of like, I don't know.
Which like it's interesting how, exaggerated it really can get, especially with like, obviously my mom saw that on like a TikTok, like, why are we getting our news like that? But I mean
that's Wes's first story, so
yeah, it is. Mm-hmm. And like I don't know, as much as I like slandered social media, like I'm not gonna act like my screen time isn't like insanely high when I'm bored. Yeah. Like I mean, like I love scrolling through TikTok, but like I don't know, I do feel like I'm ancient when I pull up like Common Sense Media or All Sides or something to like check a story before I like even comment on it. Yeah. But, like that's just me.
Do you comment on a lot of stories on TikTok? Is that what you're saying?
Not necessarily on TikTok, but like Instagram. Like I've like, how you can set up like your feed with like your favorites. Like you can like heart certain accounts.
I didn't even know you could do that.
Yeah, you can. Like you can go like, I'll reply to that later. Like you can click that, and then you could go to favorites, and like all my favorites are like The New Yorker, NPR, Washington Post.
Oh,
like,
interesting.
President of the United States.
That's actually...
And like this is just how I have my Instagram set up.
No,
and, like,
that's
just
really
how I
useful because then you can look at all the dumb stuff, but then also the stuff you trust and believe in.
Exactly, but like that's also just me. Like the way my phone's set up. Like I have like the Washington Post and like trending articles that pops up. Like I don't have any apps on my home screen. It's just news, and that's I don't know. That's just me.
It's cool.
No, I think it's cool. Sometimes I wish I was more like in touch with everything that's going on in the world, just because it's an important thing to be educated on just general things that are happening, like the representatives election that was happening.
Yeah, I know a lot about that.
Did you see that?
I heard about it.
Yeah.
So you didn't watch the whole podcast?
I didn't. I'm sorry.
It's
you're
fine.
A fake fan.
Well, you're gonna have to now that you're on one.
Yeah, I'll have to watch this one.
And that's it, because
just this one.
I hate hearing my voice on like recordings and stuff.
Oh, well, that's everyone, right?
Yeah, but like I don't know.
Used to it.
I especially hate it.
I hate it. I feel like my voice is super deep.
I feel like my voice is pretty deep too.
Yeah, but
no, you're just super high pitched, Wes.
Yeah, I know, it's super high pitched.
People tell me I have a radio voice and a radio face, whatever that means.
Wait,
how can you have a radio face?
That's the joke.
It's the joke. Ugly. Yeah, it's like, oh, you have a face for the movies, or you have a face for TV, like.
You have the face for a radio.
Yeah, reminds me of this. It's like old show, Flight of the Conchords. I love it. It's like this like super crappy band on purpose, and they have this song that it's like, girl, you're the most beautiful girl in the room. Like, you could be a part-time supermodel, but keep your day job. Like...
Brutal.
Yeah.
If someone wrote a song about me and that was a lyric, I would be, like, crushed for my entire life. Mm-hmm. I've never heard of that movie show.
I haven't watched that much of it, but, like, I don't know. Just, it'll be on and my mom will be like, watch this, and then I just get, like, sucked in.
That is, that'll happen. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to think of a show that I got really sucked into Criminal Minds. Or also, I've watched Grey's Anatomy because my mom was like, yeah, I watched that in college. And I was like, that's crazy that it's like still around. Yeah. And they're still making seasons for it. But
my guilty pleasure show for all of middle school, and like huge emphasis on guilty, but I loved Riverdale. Like, I would binge watch that. I loved it. I didn't care how bad the writing was.
No,
like,
I kind of love this. When I was in middle school as well, I guess, we, some girls and I on our swim team would have, like, once a week when Riverdale was released, we'd all go and hang out and watch it together. But it wasn't because we wanted to watch the show, really. It was just because we wanted to hang out. Yeah. And honestly, like, the beginning of Riverdale wasn't so bad. Yeah. I have no clue where it's gone now.
I gave up. Like, I don't know. There's probably like a season or two I haven't seen, but I just remember it was like, it went from semi-believable to like demons and like
which is
a cult.
What the CW does. Like, that is picturesque CW. Like, I've watched The 100.
Yeah.
Have you seen that show? It's
I saw
absolutely
the 100
crazy.
forever ago, and it was.
Well, did you watch all of it?
I watched a lot of it, and it didn't.
It just goes
stopped
like
making sense. I feel like.
Yeah. Well, the last season, there's like time travel involved. I remember something like that.
Yeah, that's like a lot of shows. Like I feel like I watched The Flash forever ago, and it just started. They just bring in the stupidest things that don't make sense, and it pisses me off.
Yeah, I like when shows are like realistic. Like when you can like start to think that like, oh wow, this is real. Like I can see this happening. Like even if it's far fetched, and then it just takes a turn like that.
I really love New Girl.
I love New Girl.
Who doesn't love New Girl?
I've never seen it. I don't have an opinion.
God, Wes, you need to leave.
No,
this
you
podcast.
you would actually really like New Girl.
I've been on like a like Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul, El Camino binge. Like that's taken up all my like watching.
Hate Breaking Bad because of the fans. I've watched the whole entire show.
Yeah.
The fans are so annoying.
So did you watch it in order? Like, did you start with Better Call Saul, or did you?
No, I did Breaking Bad, El Camino, and then Better Call
That's
Saul.
how I did it too. What's
That's
your
how I did it.
favorite?
I don't know. It's tricky because like
Right.
I don't know. I like Better Call Saul because like I like Jimmy more as a character, and I like Mike. Like Mike's super cool.
Yeah.
And like I feel like because of that, like you get to know them more. But like also like Breaking Bad's like the classic, and like you know.
I think I really liked Better Call Saul, and I think it was because I watched Breaking Bad first. You know what I mean? Because I got a taste of the characters, but I didn't get to know them. And then after I watched that, I really got to know Jimmy.
Yeah.
And I love him, and I love his girlfriend, his wife. I forget.
Both.
Yeah,
Legally wife.
but they like don't act like it at all. Like I just liked that personal relationship because I feel like in Breaking Bad, Walter and the crazy woman.
Skyler.
Yes,
I
Skylar.
hate Skylar.
Everyone
so
hates
much.
Skylar. Like their relationship just wasn't fun to watch ever.
Yeah.
And then I went to Better Call Saul and I was like, wow, like they're so weird, but it's so cool.
Better Call Saul is so much better. Still have not finished it.
Yeah. You should. I like how both of them kind of have like a similar theme of like greed ruins relationships, it ruins lives, and like that's cool. But like I don't know, I'm also easily entertained. I'm like ooh, you know.
No, for sure. I love Better Call Saul.
Yeah.
It's so good.
The thing I hate watching though, which like kind of a surprise, but like I hate watching news. Like I'd rather read it. But
Well,
like
that does, yeah, no, because
I hate it.
I don't like, I hate that right now. I mean, it has been like this forever, but a typical newscaster, like the way they talk, I'm like, can we just be normal people? Like, why are we putting on such a face to just read something off of a screen? You know what I mean?
I love the
Big
news,
deal about
'cause
sexy M&Ms.
Exactly.
Do you know about the sexy M&Ms?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I would have been like upset.
No,
if you
no, no.
had.
Do you know about?
What's his face's rant on it?
Yeah,
Tucker
perfect.
Carlson.
Yeah,
Carlson.
I was gonna say that, but I didn't want to be wrong.
Sexy stilettos have been replaced.
Well, I just don't understand like why everyone has like a news voice. Like, why does that exist?
I don't know. I think it makes it more entertaining. I love the news because I used to work for the news, and I would just watch like 5 hours of broadcast a day, and it was.
Yeah.
And I kind of miss it. Maybe that's why I like watching the news. But I don't know. I just think it's entertaining.
I think I think the news should be entertaining. Like you should not want to. You should want to stay on and keep watching and learn about whatever's going on. But why are we talking like we're from like the 70s or not even like the 50s?
That's fair. I feel like there's definitely a line between being like so monotone that no one watches you and then being like Alex Jones and way out there.
Yeah.
And that like we need to find a line of like, yeah, I'd watch you. You're not being crazy. You're being entertaining. And like, I don't know. It's cool like when people like newscasters like confidently like say stuff and are like all like in their suits and stuff.
I think it's cool like that it exists, but I just think we should talk in a normal voice. Like I should just talk like this when if I'm like reading off of something, I'm like, yeah, it's rainy today, you guys. I'm not gonna be like I can't even do a news voice.
I don't know.
Impression.
I feel like you should put on some kind of like persona though to make it more entertaining.
But I don't think that's how it should be. It should be
Just
authentic.
opens the door to like your Tucker Carlsons and your like Rachel
Jones.
Maddows and yeah.
Yeah.
Because the more of a face you put on, the less, like, I feel like I want to watch the news because it's real.
Yeah.
And so why are we using fake voices?
I think it would be cool if, like, there was a news station that was, like, how AP reports or, like, Reuters reports or something like that. And they just presented it with, like, likable people, but it wasn't, like, commentary. And it wasn't, like, super skewed. And the headline wasn't, like, they strike back or, like,
exactly.
the group of people does this. It's
obviously, right now, the news is super polarized, and I don't think the people on the news are doing much to stop it. Like, specifically broadcasting. Like, I think, like, writing it is different, but I don't know. I just wish there were normal people on there. Because then I would trust it more, you know? Like, right now it's hard to.
And it's crazy, like, how different things get. And, like, I think my best worst experience with this was during COVID. I was, like, spending time with my grandma just because, like, I didn't want her to be lonely. And, like, and she, like, in her old age did, like, the opposite of, like, most old people. She went so far left. Like, I feel like most old people go to the right.
Yeah.
No, she went so far left. And, like, she'd be like, yeah, let's go Antifa, let's go. And I'd be like, oh, okay. You grew up in the South, Grandma. Like, are you okay?
Like, let's chill a little bit.
But then, like, and I was over at her house while January 6th happened.
Yeah.
And so, like, we were watching MSNBC. And then, like, that night we went over for dinner and went over to my, like, super Fox News uncle's house. And we got thrown out of his house because my grandma put on, like, CNN or MSNBC.
Yeah.
And he was like, you're not calling them brave Americans. You're calling them rioters. And he was like, you need to leave.
Well, dude, it's crazy because, like, the way everything is portrayed is, like, just not right. Like, I don't think there are very, very few news sources out there that will say how it is. Because it's so hard to, right? When you're passionate about something and you're reporting about something, it's hard for it to be like, oh, I'm not going to put my opinion into this. And obviously, like, opinion writing exists. But a majority of the time, it's just hard because that single wording, even though it's like rioters versus brave Americans, that single wording changes how it's perceived.
I think they're brave Americans and rioters at the same time. It's pretty brave to go do that.
I mean, that's kind of true.
Fair. But, like, it could be something as small as, like, the word just. Like, they just need to do this.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that has some, like, opinion behind it. And, like, yeah. And it's so hard. But I am also, like, really entertained by, like, I will read, like, InfoWars just for entertainment. Not at all because I think that's factual or I believe it, but, like, you know, I'll be there in news staff with AJ or someone, and it's just fun to see, like, what's far out there.
Yeah.
InfoWars is the Alex
Jones.
thing, right?
I didn't know Mr. Turnbull was in an InfoWars article. Like, I went my
That
whole,
makes sense.
like...
I didn't know that either, but that makes sense.
And I don't know, the comments are not something I would repeat, but it's, like, just... That's what really scares me when, like, seeing that stuff. That, like, it's one thing to just read that and know yourself that, like, that's not the truth. But then you go down to the comments and you're like, wow, these are real people who are, like, inciting violence over this.
And I think comments specifically, like, they're necessary to an extent. Like, I think they're important. Like, getting criticism and feedback or just different opinions is important. But I think there's a degree where it's like, why are you saying this when you wouldn't say this in real life? You know, like, exactly. I don't think I've ever commented something that I wouldn't say in real life. I think that's a line that we need to fix.
Yeah, like people just hiding behind a screen, like a random username. Yeah.
But it's also at the same time, I'm like, even though you have a weird username, like, you can say something on the internet and people will find you because. Or like the FBI, if you say something crazy and you're like, oh, they won't find me, it's my username isn't my real name. It's like everything gets back to you.
I think instead what they should do is, like, instead of just banning people who are, like, trolling and, like, saying stuff like that, is they find out who you are and maybe not go, like, far enough to, like, or actually definitely not go far enough to, like, dox you, but, like, put your first name up,
should dox them all.
Put your place of work up, put a picture of them up, be like, have like, I don't know, like, the Facebook wall of shame. like user 123 said this, but really it's John who lives in Tennessee, and
Yeah.
you know.
Because even that little bit of information would like kind of scare people a little bit.
Yeah, it would.
But I don't know if that's a solution, you know? Like, I don't think there is a solution, and I think that would, like, do something. But it does seem like not a great way to do it. But better than doxing.
Yeah, because, like, you hear, like, scary things, like swatting or whatnot, that, like, I don't know. Like, I don't watch, like, streams or anything, but, like, the idea of, like, I don't know, I'm just, like, if I were them playing video games, doing my own thing, and then next thing you know, like, someone calls in a threat that, like, you have a bomb in your house and police bust down your door, like, that would be so scary.
It sucks, because it's like, why do we choose to do this to regular people? You know what I mean? Like, all they're doing is, their job isn't, like, super traditional. I think it's becoming more normal, but all they're doing is, like, entertaining people, and then it takes a line that's, like, way too far. And people, like, there have been swatting incidents where people have died, you know, because they, so many police officers come into your house with guns and you don't know what to do and you're freaking out. Like, it's a scary situation, and it sucks that people could just do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I watched a I watch a lot of Netflix docuseries just because they're fun.
So entertaining.
I love, I was going to say one, but it has a bad word in it. Can't bleep it out. I was going to do, I watched Don't Cats. Have you seen that one?
No.
So good. But I watched pretty much not everyone, but a lot of them. And there was one specifically on a certain swatter and how he got taken down and how he swatted, like, so many people before it actually became a thing. Because it was early, and he would do it from, like, library computers.
Oh.
What a smart guy.
I guess. I mean, I don't know.
Watch the podcast get swatted one day.
No, thank you.
I'll have to do that. No. Have you seen Pepsi Where's My Jet?
Yes.
I
course
love
I
that
have.
one.
Where's my jet?
It's such an interesting story.
It's about law, which of course you would enjoy.
I
it's
love
so good.
it.
It's this guy in the 70s, or like
Or, like,
60s.
Oh, he
70s.
won some contest for a jet or something. Right?
No. So he made a whole business plan in order to get points, because Pepsi promised if you got like 100,000 points, they'd give you a free military jet.
And
so
like, what it was like, you know, you buy a Pepsi, you get 10 points. It'd be like 100 points is this T-shirt, and like it like progressively got more, and then at the end, like someone flew a Harrier jet in, like the one that goes like that.
And there wasn't a disclaimer like this isn't real. Yeah. So this guy, he made a business plan with someone. He was like, if you give me this amount of money, I'll spend it on Pepsi cans, and I'll get this amount of points, and we'll get like a $3 million Harrier jet we can sell.
Yeah, for like $500,000, which is like a lot of money, but like $500,000 to $3 million, like I'll take that investment any day.
Yeah. So
yeah, I think I heard about this, but did he ever get the jet? Like, whatever happened with it?
He didn't get the jet, but he got some money out of it, I think.
They kept wanting to settle with them, and the dude was like, "No, I want my jet."
I would want
Which,
my
like,
jet too.
Right.
Yeah, because it's way more money than they're offering. You know, the second they would offer like, "Oh, here's this much," I'd be like, "Okay, yeah." But
yeah, I mean, good for him. Like, I don't know what I would do with that. Like,
with a jet or with?
Well, a jet. Like, I'd teach myself how to fly it.
Oh, I wouldn't even teach myself. I'd just start flying.
no.
I would stir up trouble. I'm telling you. I would paint like a Russian flag on the side of my plane and just fly over the US.
Like what's happening with that
The balloon.
the balloon.
Yeah.
Wait, what's happening with the balloon?
No
I feel like I'm out of the loop.
Dude,
on
he
this
doesn't
news
know
stuff.
anything. There's a balloon like flying over Washington, right?
Oh, we just shot it down over North Carolina yesterday.
North Carolina. Yeah.
It came over the islands in Alaska, the ones that are like close to Russia, and then came down over Montana, and it was a Chinese spy balloon.
Oh my
and like
God.
in Montana is where we keep our nukes, like our silos and stuff.
Yeah.
And it was like this whole thing, and like they put out warnings like, citizens of Montana, do not shoot it. It's too high up. That like, you know, what comes up must come down, and like people just shooting, like it's not gonna do anything.
And I don't know if this is true. You probably know, but weren't people like, wasn't the government like, oh, it was an accident, like we didn't mean to send it over there, it was meant to spy on our own people?
Chinese government.
Yes, I think that's what I heard. I don't know if that's real.
I think the Chinese government, they said that it was a civilian weather balloon or like research balloon that got blown off course.
Yeah.
But
I don't know if I believe them.
And I don't know, it turned this whole thing, and it only got shot down like 2 days ago.
And so it was up for a while. Like,
yeah, it was like a week.
Yeah.
And
Jeez.
yeah, and they went up there in some fighter jet, and they shot it down with like a missile. But like if you look, the missile goes right through the balloon. Like I don't know why they didn't just shoot it, or like I don't know, get like a super long like needle.
Sniper.
Yeah, and just poke it.
Yeah, and just poke it, like just.
Yeah.
But like yeah, they just shot it. It was like right after it got over like continental U.S. because they didn't want it to like. I guess this thing was like the size of like 4 school buses.
It was big, and they were worried about all like the debris falling on people.
Yeah, because it was pretty much like a low flying satellite. Was like what it is. Like it was higher up than like commercial jets go, and like there was like a question as to like if the jets could even get up there, but like they went up there and they got it. But like it, yeah. I'm surprised. Like, have you not seen like on TikTok like people have?
I've been super out of the loop on like a lot of news stuff because I used to consume a lot of my news through like short form content, like Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, TikToks, right? But I decided I do not like short form content. Like I think the idea of short form content is pretty lame, so I have been off of like all that for a month.
Oh wow.
So I'm kind of.
Yeah, he didn't know about the representatives election.
That's so funny. And like the balloon thing had been happening for like a whole week.
I saw one thing on Instagram on my feed.
About a
It was
balloon?
a Lego set, like someone made a Lego set of the balloon, and it came with like a concerned citizen Lego minifigure. I was like,
I mean, that's
what
kinda
the hell
funny,
is this talking about?
But
It was so funny. Like after it got shot down, like there were so many just like videos of people just like filming it with like Freebird playing in the background. They're like, yeah, America. And it's just like this white little dot in the sky. They're like, yeah.
it's so funny. I am like such a weird thing to just happen. Like I don't get it. I don't know. Things are crazy. Like I would never imagine that happening in real life. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I wonder if people thought it was a U of O. Whoa.
A UFO.
A
You
UFO.
thought University of Oregon was in the sky.
A UFO.
Oh my god. You guys believe in UFOs?
Yeah. No, not actually. But I did watch a docuseries about this small town somewhere in like either the South or like the Midwest where it's actually they got not paranormal. They got like an alien attack. Like so many people testified for this one thing that the government like made it a real thing.
I mean, we just had like a couple months ago a closed door Senate hearing about UFOs.
Yeah.
And like, you know, UFOs like unidentified. So for all we know, it could be like some military plane that someone got on camera that like was experimental.
It doesn't necessarily mean aliens.
But it's still crazy to think like what is out there.
Yeah.
I think
What if it was a Chinese spy balloon that we didn't know? Like,
yeah, exactly.
I feel like UFOs are definitely real. Like they, maybe not in our atmosphere yet, but people that don't believe in aliens confuse me so much.
Well, I think obviously I don't think our traditional green person with weird eye alien exists.
there's
But
gotta be like a bacteria or something.
exactly
you know?
like there is other there's things are living on other planets than just ours. Like it's impossible that we're the only planet with living things on it. That just doesn't. I don't think there's a way. Especially because like they're saying, oh yeah, we could live on Mars. Like the environment works. We could do it. You know.
I wouldn't want to.
Me neither.
Like,
I would live on Mars for a week because it'd be funny. Then I'd come back.
Well, it's
I can get behind that. But like,
so you wouldn't really live there. You'd visit Mars.
I'll live there for a full week.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that was a really interesting side step. I love talking about UFOs and random stuff like that.
UFOs and UFOs.
Yeah,
I know,
UFOs.
guys. That was bad.
Those ducks are
terrible.
scary.
Those ducks, honestly, kinda. No, but what was I saying about that? That the town was so weird that there's 2 people that were like, yeah, I was in the spacecraft. I woke up in the spacecraft. And like at least 30 people were like, yep, this happened to me. I saw this thing in the sky. So they got it documented as a real thing. And I mean, who knows if it's like, I don't necessarily think it's real. I don't want to not believe people, you know, but mass hysteria exists, you know, like,
Yeah.
but it's also interesting because they were like connecting things. They were like, oh yeah, this is this little thing. They had this little circle. They were like, this was on the first moon landing thing. So they were like, and it was like a crest of the town.
That's funky.
I love I love just unexplained things. Because I think when everything's explained, it makes everything so, like...
If we knew what everything was, like, what's the point? You know? Like, it's cool to learn stuff.
That's a good point. I don't know. I feel like sometimes I'm, like, kind of evil. Not in, like, a...
evil?
I'm not going to hurt anyone kind of evil, but, like, if I had a time machine, I would take, like, a fighter jet into, like, the 1600s and just do, like, laps around France.
Oh, I would, too.
And just, like...
And just mess with everyone.
Just mess with everyone. Like, I would just, like, have so much fun, like, not hurting anybody, but, like, just causing chaos.
I would just bring, like, into, like, ancient civilizations as much technology as I can, so I'm perceived as a god, and they write about me, and then, yeah.
Or, like, what if they're just, like, burn the witch, and, like, that's it for you?
I'll have technology
honestly,
to stop them.
That would be a crazy... I feel like they should make a show about that specifically. That plot, like, time travel exists, someone goes and tries to become a god. That sounds like a pretty interesting plot line for, like, a movie or a show.
Yeah, if anyone wants to fund that, I will do a movie on that.
Would you, like, be the actor? I guess.
Obviously.
Yeah, because you do plays and stuff.
I don't do plays. What?
Yes, you do.
You
told me. You told me.
I don't do plays. I've never told you
Oh
this.
my god, never mind, dude. Don't do that.
I don't.
Yes, you do. You were telling me that you had a rehearsal and that you were gonna, like, lift someone on stage.
Yeah, I was gonna do that. I've never done a play before.
Yeah, but
I was
you're
gonna do
doing it.
One in the future, possibly. I would love to do a
right.
play.
I see the theater kid vibes.
Yeah,
I would
it's
love to do
there.
a
It's
play,
hidden.
actually.
He went to band camp.
I did go to band camp a lot as a.
I'm not hating. I'm not musically talented.
It's a cool thing.
Yeah.
I would.
That's a bold statement.
If I could, if I could go back in time, I would probably join theater. I think it'd be cool to do. I might do some theater thing in college. I think it's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sick.
I respect people who can do that. Like,
Me too, because I can't get up in front of people and
I
do
can't
anything.
either.
But you do debate. Yes, you can.
but like, it's different because like within speech and debate, you have like what I do. Like I do like hard speech and hard debate. Like I do like philosophical debate, LD, and then like extemp, which is speech. But like, there's also like interpretive events you can do, and like people who get up there and like sing and dance and like act out something without any
And
props.
that's a part of speech and debate.
It's something you can do. I could never do that.
Yeah.
I'm such a literal person that I'd rather get up there and like yell at someone about why their philosophy is wrong for 7 minutes than like act out Monty Python.
I would love to go act out Monty Python.
I do that all the time. That is like
Yeah. I
have
like,
not seen this.
You haven't seen Monty Python?
No, I haven't.
You've never seen Monty Python?
No.
Dang.
I haven't seen a lot of classic
I'm going
movies,
to
I feel
force
like.
you to do that.
I know, I am down. I
Viewing party
am open
right-
to watching anything.
Viewing
That's
party
your
right now.
Like,
Turn
At
on
work?
Monty Python. We'll all watch it.
I haven't watched I've never seen Forrest Gump. I've never seen
Pulp Fiction.
Pulp Fiction.
Well, my
I've-
parents don't allow me to. So I can't do it anyways.
I can see why, but I can also see why people like hail it as like the best movie ever.
I don't think it's the best movie ever.
I don't think it's
a
the
really
best
good
ever,
movie,
but I
though.
think it's really good.
I think it's like directed in a really cool way. I don't know. I think it's.
Yeah, I think so too.
I
For the most
think
part.
I need to get on
Except
top of
for
movies.
you know Tarantino writing himself to say the N word, but that's my only.
Not exactly,
quibble.
not exactly written, but I think the way I just like the way they filmed it. I don't know. I like it.
Yeah, I can get behind that.
I don't know if I like him writing himself in to say the N word. That's a
10 times.
yeah. I don't
I
know
haven't
if I
seen
can
it.
get behind
Don't
that.
know. But I feel like I need to get more on top of my movie watching. Like I've seen I've seen
Fight Club.
haven't seen Fight Club. I haven't seen
I've never
Breakfast
seen
Club.
Fight Club.
Okay.
I haven't seen Breakfast Club.
I haven't
Breakfast
seen
Club.
Breakfast Club either. I don't know. I hate like wait, is that a musical?
No.
Oh, never mind. I don't have a problem
You
with
might
that
be
one.
thinking
I hate
of
musicals.
something else.
I
Probably.
just not a musical fan
ever.
ever. Like maybe Moulin Rouge, but other than
I
that,
have enjoyed musicals. Like what's it called? Tick Tick Boom, starring Andrew Garfield. I enjoyed that.
Never seen that. I like
It's
seeing.
good.
I love seeing musicals like on stage. like theater.
It is
musicals.
really cool because you see more about like the entire production. Like I really enjoy going to plays at Summit. Like I watched The Lightning Thief last year and it was really good, especially since I'd read the books as a kid, you know?
They did that?
Yeah.
That sounds really cool, actually.
It was really cool. I mean, it was definitely like I could follow the plot and I was like, oh, I remember this from when I was little. But then I was also like, they missed this part, you know? Because that's what you do when you watch a movie version of anything. But it was really cool. And it's cool to see people, you know, up there, like really super talented people.
Like in their own space. Like,
exactly.
I don't mind seeing musicals or plays like in real life. Like I think that's cool, especially when you know them. I just don't like them in movie form. But like my favorite movies of all time are like movies that revolve around a soundtrack but aren't like musicals. Like Almost Famous and Singles, they're both like I think 90s movies. Those are my two favorite movies of all time.
Yeah.
And they like follow bands. Most of them are like they have like a fake band. It's called Citizen Dick, and it's like dudes from Pearl Jam and Nirvana and like Alice in Chains who like all come together to make a fake band for the movie. And like that's so cool to me. But like a musical, really I just can't do that.
Have you seen? I mean, I guess they're making a movie. It was a book called Daisy Jones and the Six.
I think I've heard about it.
It was like kind of based on Fleetwood Mac. Like that was the whole thing, and it was like a lot of interesting stuff that would happen between the bandmates, like relationships and like a lot about addiction. And it was really good. And they're making a movie, and I'm like hoping they don't mess it up. Yeah. But it seems similar to that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The whole time I've been wondering what we're going to call this episode. It's called the last one, Eating with Adri. But nothing that is a synonym with eating rhymes with Wes.
Walking with Wes. Walking and talking with Wes, but we're just
I had these Russian coworkers who thought my name was West. And they were on an exchange program, and the entire summer I'd like walk into the kitchen and they chant, "West is best, West is best." And I'm like, wow, they really like these Western countries. Aww. And I didn't know they were talking about me until they gave me like a goodbye card.
And it said West on it? That's
and I was
so
like,
cute.
I'm West. Oh my God.
That would make me cry actually if they were like chanting West is best. That's like
me. And they were
of
like,
course they did.
It was this like 3-foot tall ginger dude who like would like fake DJ with like to-go boxes. He still follows me on Instagram, like Orhan. I think he's like hiding out somewhere because you know, Russia.
Yeah.
Wait.
Gasp.
Okay.
Don't explain world events to Liam again. He doesn't know.
No,
anything.
I know about Russia stuff. I just didn't listen to any of that until I think he's hiding out because of Russia. Because I was looking up like foods that start with W, and all I heard is, yeah, I think he's hiding out because he's in Russia, or like because of Russia. Wait, is this part in the podcast? Are we talking about this Russia thing in the podcast?
Yeah, we're just talking. Does it matter? We're just talking. Yeah.
You need to figure out a name.
Wontons with Wes.
That is not wonton. Is that a?
We're not eating wontons.
No.
Raps with Wes. These are raps.
But the raps.
Rapping with Wes. Freestyle.
Yeah, you guys. How about you guys?
I thought of like, I don't know. I thought of rapping, but like I can't do that. My cousin is a rapper.
Your cousin is a rapper?
I've heard this
The worst
before.
music ever. Oh my God. It is like
What if he sees this Wes?
He's not gonna see it. And you know, it's free publicity. I love my cousin as a person.
Yeah.
But the rap game is not for him. He's been with his girlfriend for like 10 years, and like his lyrics do not reflect that.
Does he live in Bend?
No, he lives in like Portland area. Allegedly he like knows Yeet and like people like that, but like his lyrics are like, yeah, another night, another girl, like I took your girl off the map, and I'm like, what does Sarah think about this?
Like specifically, I enjoy listening to rap music, and I think a lot of rap culture is super cool, but there's some of it where I'm like, you're just lying. But I guess that's music in general, you know? Like, I think that's just music.
You're just putting on a persona.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people.
And maybe once again with like the news thing, I don't really like personas. I want
Just
people to
as long
exactly.
As it's not Malibu's Most Wanted, then you've got something.
Yeah, no. For some reason, when you said that, I thought of Trisha Paytas's.
I thought of like
kid.
Barbie. Like, isn't she like Malibu?
Malibu, no,
Have any of
Malibu
you
Barbie.
seen that
That
movie?
is her name.
Yeah.
We're on the same page.
Culture.
Did you know about that?
That movie?
Malibu Barbie.
Malibu's Most
That's
Wanted?
Trisha Paytas's
No.
daughter's
Yeah, I
name.
heard that.
Okay. Let's see. He didn't know that.
I know all the Trisha Paytas lore.
That's kind of true because you used to listen to their podcast, right?
Yeah, I hate Ethan now though. Ethan Klein. despise him.
Why?
He has such bad takes. Did you see the whole thing about there's a famous streamer that got in trouble for watching AI?
Oh yeah, no, I saw that.
Yeah. And then what's her face? This streamer called Cutie Cinderella was crying about it.
Yeah.
And then he gets on his podcast, reacts to it, and makes fun of her for crying about it and stuff like that.
That's shitty.
Yeah. And I think he's I hate him.
I mean, I don't think that is a good reaction for someone to have to someone going through a really awful thing. You know?
I think you guys should bring like our own version of Trisha on here because it's so entertaining. To
Who
just-
are our Trisha Paytas?
Oh God, I hope
We just
not.
need a wig.
I have many wigs.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, we should bring one for
It's
our
like
guests.
it's crazy to me how she's like unironically like, oh my gosh, guys, there's a Hamilton reference in the Constitution, or like,
Well, there's no way
Oh,
that's
there
real.
is.
But it's not. It's a Hamilton is referencing the Constitution.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I know.
I know you do, but I'm just explaining it for myself.
I don't know. I believe it coming from her.
The
I
thing
do
is,
too.
like, I would, but it's also there's no way because you're on the internet and you want to get views.
Comes back to the persona thing.
It could,
And, like,
it's
Yeah.
probably a persona.
I wonder like how far, like I could never do that. Like I just want to be me. But like there's people who are like, yeah, well Andrew Tate, that's just a persona. And it's like, you look at like how many like people he's changed. Like say it is a persona.
Yeah.
And like it's just, I wonder like if he believes it himself.
Even
I don't know.
if it's
Like in his case, I think he's a terrible dude.
Yeah.
Like, I can definitely agree on that, right?
Let's
I think
hope.
it's to some extent I think to some extent he does play up a persona because it gets more clicks.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
I think at the end of the day, like if you have a persona and if for some crazy reason everything Andrew Tate said was not actually what he thought and just because he wanted to get views, you're still spreading that message and that still reflects poorly on you.
And it still creates like everything that's happening.
It's bad in the world.
Yeah, there's always a chance that he could just think everything he's saying. He could think all of that is true, but there's no way. Like I feel like it
I
has to
think
be a
I think
persona
there's
to
a
some
way
extent.
specifically with that. I think there's for some maybe this is weird of me. I think that is real, but for some reason I don't think Trisha Paytas is. You know what I mean? Because it's like a different level of just not knowing anything.
I don't know
But
because like
I don't know.
with him it seems more like strategic and thought out. Like he'll
Yeah.
sit down and make videos that's like, listen fellas, XYZ.
Yeah.
With Trisha it's just like, at least from what I've seen, it really looks like she's put on the spot and she just doesn't know a thing.
That's true.
Yeah.
And especially like I remember something coming out about her having like a personality disorder or bipolar or something like that. I mean, I don't know if that's true. I'd probably want to check that. But I think maybe that makes it more real, you know? Like
Yeah.
obviously she seems this way and she seems like for me it's like, oh, no one would ever be like that. But then it's also like if they're going through stuff and they might just be like that, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I feel like I've met a lot of people that I'm like, do you exist? You know what I mean?
There's a lot of people that, I can see that with a lot of people.
I don't want to like.
Wait, what do you mean? Like, do you
Like,
mean like
I'm
NPC type you exist? Or like,
No. Like, just the way they act. I'm like, oh, I just.
oh,
Yeah.
oh, I see. Like
Yeah.
that's not really you type, or maybe
Well,
I don't.
It
Oh,
just
I was
doesn't.
thinking the NPC thing. I know a lot of people that are like, there's no way
no, I
you're
do
real.
too.
No, I mean, yeah, okay. I think I was thinking that, but then also like, I'm shocked you exist in real life.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't want to name drop on camera, but
Exactly,
I can
me
definitely
neither.
think of a few.
Let's just cut through this.
They, even though they have become bad people, it's not always their fault. Like it's bad situations.
Yeah, and I mean, I do sympathize with that, and I respect people who like want to make a difference.
Still creepy.
I don't respect them if they want to make a bad difference.
I mean, like people who want to intervene with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. How are we doing on time?
There are 4 minutes left on this CFast card.
Oh, okay, cool.
So we should probably wrap.
We can wrap. It's also been a while, right?
Yeah.
Pack it up, pack it in.
It's about
Pack it up. Pack it
Jeez,
in.
yeah, it's 7:30.
Oops.
Yeah, I'd play that song if we weren't going to get copyright claims.
You
so.
should just sing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you sing in the camera for the
I
ending?
just did.
The closing?
That's kind of
It is,
true.
yeah.
Yeah. So we're good. Thanks for coming on, Wes.
Thanks for having me.
This
was
is great.
fun.
Yeah, no, I'm really excited, and I'm glad we're bringing people on and talking about cool
fun.
things, and then going on tangents. And
You should come on again sometime.
I would like that.
Yes.
This was fun.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yep.
I guess
We're
that's it
good.
then.
Okay.
Adios.
Goodbye, guys.
Outro.